It's Drezen Draws. It's Drezen Draws. It's Drezen Draws. The draw for you. Oh! So there's a lot of Hershey's chocolate here.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Hershey's chocolate? Leave your message in the comments below. What's your favorite Hershey's chocolate? Leave your answer in the comment below. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
And now for Drezen Draws. Now you have audio. You gonna do anything?
Oh, I didn't know we were live.
Oh no,
greetings,
yeah, we're live.
Greetings, Facebook Live. Welcome to the 58th episode of Drezen Draws. I am your co-host, Pinocchio. And
that is the worst prop I've ever seen on anything.
What about this? Oh no, I see. Touch your EpiPen. So anyway.
Yeah, use my EpiPen. There we go.
Allergic reaction.
Yeah, that's a dummy, by the way.
So
Being used by a dummy.
you saw me fill up Rich's soap dispenser. Apparently, when his soap dispenser gets to the bottom, he leaves it that way. He doesn't fill it up. He just says, you know what? I'm just gonna take a brand new bulk size one and put it right next to it.
Uh-huh.
This is the logic of Rich Drezen, folks. I mean, this guy, he's an animal. And I have to come in here and domesticate him, you know?
You and the rest of the world, man.
Yeah, it's
you and the rest of the world.
Teach him a little bit of civilization. But anyway, back to the Drezen Draws. 58 episodes, Rich Drezen. I'm very proud of you. That's over a year's worth of Drezen Draws, if you did it on a weekly basis, because there's 52 weeks in a year, plus 6, 58. You started this in 2018, right?
Yeah, something. Look at what I did. Something's wrong here. I done goofed. Oh,
Mortal?
I put you in the black video.
What the hell is going on here?
Yeah. Some technical difficulties. We were gonna do a call-in episode, but I kind of done goofed, and now we're not. Please hold.
Where are we? Where are we? What software?
Yeah. And we're back now.
Classic video game. Mortal Kombat is the theme of this week. It's a classic video game. Not without any controversy when it was first released.
Oh, yeah.
1992? Well, no.
92, yeah.
92?
92, man.
Oh, wow. I love Mortal Kombat. It's definitely my favorite fighting game of all time. I was definitely pro Mortal Kombat over Street Fighter. I mean, I love Street Fighter. I love Tekken. I love Marvel vs. Capcom. I love a lot of fighting games, but nothing beats Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, man.
Why is that? I think it was the violence. I think it was the graphic. violence and the edginess of it. But I thought I just liked the characters better. I thought the characters were really cool, all of them. Johnny Cage was always my favorite character. He was a karate Hollywood dude. I used to kick people's asses in Mortal Kombat 2 in the arcade. I still, to this day, I could walk into any arcade right now, pull out Johnny Cage and just like doing that shadow kick, back forward low kick, back forward the nut punch, you know, and then the fireball, and then ripping the torso out for the fatality. That shit was so cool.
Yeah, you do realize that this is a family show.
Sorry, I had one swear word, just one swear word, right? Okay. Anyway, Mortal Kombat's a great video game. I was so mad when Rich didn't include Johnny Cage. He wouldn't have won anyway. No, it's like, I'm surprised. I voted for Melina.
Yeah.
And I voted for Melina and Baraka because they were a couple in the storyline. They both were like, had that thing where they ripped off their mask and they had like that venom, like he looked like venom teeth. And yeah, I thought that was cool. So I decided to go with the couple. I knew everyone was going to vote for Scorpion.
I was surprised that not at first, not a lot of people voted for Scorpion.
Scorpion won. Scorpion and Melina tied for the lead in votes.
Yeah.
You know, Rich Drezen claims that Scorpion has the best fatality move with the, you know, it's cool. He rips off. You see that he's a skeleton and he breathes fire and
come on,
you.
Dude, that's...
you know what, man? I'm not going to put that in the top 5. I mean, but if...
You're bugging out, man.
I would say just between Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, you can't like, rate all Mortal Kombat fatalities of all time. It's just too many. It's too many. But if you go to the OGs, and I think Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, that's kind of like... After that, once you start getting to 3, 4... Trilogy was great for N64. Another great game. After that, it just gets too convoluted with characters and moves, and it's just like we could be here all night, but...
Yeah, and there we even
Kano ripping
versus DC.
Yeah, Kano ripping the heart out is probably the best one. Remember Kano ripping the heart out? That was the coolest.
They made Kano Australian in the movie. And let's try to forget about those movies.
Wait, Kano, he was Australian in the.
I think so.
Yeah, he was. I'm Kano. I did not hate the first one. I saw that in theaters too.
Yeah,
I was so fucking.
There you go.
We gotta bleep this. We gotta have a delay when I'm on.
No, we don't have delays here on Drezen Draws. Well, actually we do, but they're all my fault. I know exactly what he's talking about, but no, we're not doing those kind of delays.
So you're drawing Scorpion now.
I'm drawing Scorpion.
You're just doing a close-up of him? Is this that medium shot, waist up?
No, I'm just drawing the head.
Oh, you're zooming in.
Oh, yeah, only because,
So
I mean, this is... We're going to be here for a while, folks.
I once directed a short film called Fillmore's Jungle.
Yes.
In 2007?
Is it really that long ago?
Yeah.
I mean, if Cooner X had internet, my friend Cooner X doesn't always have internet.
And I wore a scorpion. I had a scorpion costume. I was Scorpion for Halloween. I was tacky like that.
Get over here!
You know, in the Sega Genesis version, he said, "Get over here." In this SNES version, he said, "Come here."
I think that was Mortal Kombat 2.
That was the first one. Because Super Nintendo didn't have the violence. Genesis was like, "We're gonna have the blood." And it was such a big deal.
They included like spit and all that.
Yeah, and then the
sweat.
SNES version was much more watered down.
Oh yeah.
The like there was no blood when you'd hit somebody. I think the fatalities were less severe.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis, but the Super Nintendo one was like better to play because the way the controller was configured. You had a high kick. You had 4 buttons. You had a high kick and a low kick. And then you had a high punch and a low punch, so it made sense to have that quad, 4 buttons, X, Y, A, B.
Yeah, and I mean the Super Nintendo, sound-wise, was definitely superior in a number of ways to the Genesis.
It was.
You know, the reason why the Genesis version sold better, the
violence.
The violence.
I mean, and that still applies today. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like Mortal Kombat isn't exactly, on the level. I mean, all games that come out these days are violent as all hell.
Oh yeah, I mean that.
And I mean, it's, the point of the violence in Mortal Kombat was humor. As crazy as that sounds,
it was over the top.
Oh yeah, it was so over the top. In fact, that there were Senate hearings about.
There were.
Yeah, there were. That Night Trap.
There were Senate hearings over Mortal Kombat violence. You're kidding me.
I am not kidding you.
Wow,
I'm surprised you don't know about.
I'm surprised I don't. I'm just. It's crazy. We've really come from a Puritan society.
No, you know who was spearheading those, and I'm about to break one of my own.
Warren
rules.
Hedge.
No, even better.
No, Tipper Gore. Yeah,
Tipper Gore.
She was all about the censorship of entertainment.
She's a nutcase.
Yeah, she was all about that. Even into the late 90s and early 2000s. A
lot of politicians are nutcases, but this is nothing new. If the 2016 election proved anything, it's that we're all nutcases. We're all nutcases.
Well,
that's as much as I'm going to say about politics. But continuing about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's crazy that they had Senate hearings over that video game. The movie wasn't bad though. The movie was the movie
sucked.
even, I mean, I'm talking about as far as violence and edginess goes and provocative. It wasn't even rated R, was it?
It was PG-13.
Yeah, because they needed the kids to go watch it.
Yeah, of course, so that they
I mean, you gotta love the techno song, the techno Mortal Kombat song. Come on, who loves a techno Mortal Kombat song?
If I do, I'm gonna get a copyright strike, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, we can't do that, right? You can't pull up songs or videos like that. They'll ding you.
Yeah, they will. At least on YouTube, anyway. All 10 views I'm gonna get on this when this is done.
Yeah, they don't care. So yeah, the original Mortal Kombat. How many? Did it have 7 characters? Kano, Liu Kang, Raiden, Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Sonya. 7.
Yeah.
Sonya Blade.
And
you could have thrown Sonya Blade in here, by the way.
I could have, but something? Melina has a big following, and I think it was definitely wise on my part.
Do you think? Okay, because here's the deal. All right, you had it was unbalanced, right? So you had Scorpion and Sub-Zero. I get it. So those two are gonna cannibalize votes from one another. And then you have Melina. She's the only chick, and people want to see hot chicks be drawn. And am I crazy for making that assertion? I don't think so.
No,
and then
not at all. Everyone loves the boobies.
Yeah, and then you have you threw in Jax, which I think was a good call. Raiden was also a good call. I think he's important because he's one of the leaders. But you could have thrown in another female like a Sonya Blade, or even a Katana, because you had Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They're kind of like they're similar characters.
Here's the thing, because I use layout to construct this now because of the amount of time that I have, because I'm working under crazy deadlines that I've set for myself, and I don't really like the way that this body is looking.
So I just don't think it was fair. Melina got all these votes. She killed it. I voted for Melina, so I can't even point the finger at anybody. I was part of the problem, but I was trying to vote for the couple. I thought it was cool to vote for Barack Obama and Melina.
Yeah, of course you were.
I think that Barack Obama joke's pretty funny. I said Rich should draw Obama with some blades coming out of his arms.
Yeah, but we don't draw politicians on.
Yeah, we're a lot of politics. Get out of it.
Yeah, no.
Why does it always come back to politics? You can't talk about anything. You can't talk about anything anymore without a.
No, you can talk about stuff. The problem is some people just don't know how to be civilized. In
discourse and debate.
Yeah,
true.
Exactly.
It gets all emotionally charged, Rich.
Yeah.
Don't get me all emotionally charged.
Yeah, don't get you. Okay, I got a better idea. Pick and choose your battles. That's not to say that I don't approve of the Me Too movement. I am 1,000% behind the Me Too movement. And some people are just so overwhelmed by it. They're like, "Oh my god!" I mean, it's like come on.
1,000%'s a little extreme.
No, it's not extreme. It's like you take a bottle of 2-liter soda and you shake it and you keep shaking it. Eventually, it's going to explode. So it's like you keep bothering people and bothering people and bothering people, and then all of a sudden, there's this chain reaction. That's
things get bottled
some
up,
people just get so fed up. They're like, "Nope."
Yeah.
Not doing this.
And then it goes to an explosion. That's a good analogy.
And I mean, I hate to have to sum it up like that because, I mean, especially with the whole Bill Cosby thing. I mean, that was insane. But you know something? He deserved to go to jail, and that's the end of it. Why are we still talking about this?
You can't. Well, the thing is because Mortal Kombat was political. Like you even said it. Mortal Kombat in its time when it was released was political. You can't talk about Mortal Kombat without getting political because it was a big controversy.
Right.
And that was crazy. I used to love Mortal Kombat. It was definitely my favorite fighting game.
Yeah. My mother rented it for me at one of our local video stores. And then years later said that she had no recollection and she would never rent it for me. But she did.
She rented it for you?
Oh, yeah, she did.
My parents were very liberal in the sense that they never censored a lot of what I was playing or listening to. Like, I was listening to music that was parental advisory. I was watching movies that were rated R, and I was playing video games that were violent. And,
wow,
maybe that
just didn't look like.
Maybe that explains why I'm so effed up. No, I think I turned out okay. No, maybe I didn't. That's up for debate.
Well, ask your brother. Ask your brother how badly he beat you in the pulp because
yeah,
schmuck as a kid.
True.
I mean, to be honest, I was too, so I shouldn't be one to talk.
I was. So, Richard, doing the sketch.
Yeah.
You do the sketch.
Tell us
first.
more about Mortal Kombat. I feel like anytime.
Well,
by the way, everyone needs to know this. Kevin Losani, my best friend and co-host, has co-hosted Drezen Draws at least 2 other times. He is an Emmy award-winning documentarian.
I'm trying to thank you, Rich. I appreciate that shout out. I was trying to think of who's hosted SNL a lot. Like, I'm that guy of the Drezen Draws.
Let's see.
Who's like the all-time most? I like the Alec Baldwin of Drezen Draws.
The Alec. Oh my god. Oh my god. I gotta send it to my sister.
No, I just remember going to the arcade all the time. I mean, like that was my go-to game was Mortal Kombat. I was a big Simpsons fan like anybody else. Loved Ninja Turtles, X-Men. Terminator 2 was a good that was a good gun game, but it was always about Mortal Kombat. My brother and my neighbor were older than me. They were really good at the game. They used to just go and run roughshod on people in the Mortal Kombat arcade game. I got pretty good just by being around, getting my ass kicked by my older brother and my older neighbor. Because they were just older. They were just more coordinated and aggressive, yeah. And my brother was such a dick. Sorry about swearing again. He was such a jerk that if I would beat him in a video game, he would beat me up in real life. So it's like
how are the comments coming along?
Oh, good. Zachary is he said anyone can grow up to be president though, and then he agreed on.
Yeah, that was like 10 minutes ago.
One of our topics we were talking about. I'm supposed to be moderating comments. I apologize. I'm going on a free-form ramble.
Well,
but I would used to get beat up. So imagine playing a video game with your older brother who would be very aggressive on video games. And if I would beat him in the game, he would get so mad at me that he would beat me up physically. So, what was I supposed to do? I was supposed to lose on purpose, or
you were supposed to take it and
or if I would beat him, I'd be like, "Oh, I beat him! I'm gonna go run to mom and dad."
I could have done that too.
I'm pretty sure I did.
My sister hated playing Tails when we played Sonic 2.
Everyone hates to play Tails.
Oh yeah, Tails is a.
Oh, it's like, come on, guys, want to come over and play Sonic? You can be Tails. That is the most. That's like, if you could sell that to somebody, then you can become president of the United States. If you can sell playing as Tails in Sonic 2 and have someone interested in buying it, then you're a darn good salesman. I did that. I was Tails and my brother was Sonic, and it was just whatever. That's, you know what? There might be a real psychological study there, like the people that had to be Tails in Sonic 2, how they ended up growing up and how that developed, and then they had to play the second fiddle, the worst second fiddle of all time. I mean, you can't do anything as Tails. When you're Tails in Sonic 2.
In Sonic 2, anyway.
You can't do anything. I mean, you can get a couple rings here and there. Oh, well...
You can't break open the TVs.
No, I take that back. I take that back. When you're Tails, you can actually fight the bosses. You can fight the bosses. Yo, Rich, you're never gonna guess who just joined.
No, I know exactly who just. joined.
So if my eyes do not deceive me,
and hopefully they don't,
that is Doolittle watching Drezen Draws right now.
Yeah, Michael Doolittle Widger, our friend and sometimes production.
I can't believe my eyes. So Zachary's saying that you can fly as Tails, and yeah,
in Sonic 3 you can fly as Tails.
Oh,
in Sonic 2 you cannot fly as Tails if you are holding the controller. He will catch up with you, but you cannot fly as Tails in Sonic 2.
He always catches up to you, but Sonic's is so damn fast. Like you can just completely make Tails irrelevant for the whole board. Yeah, Doolittle's watching right now. It's so funny. We gotta get Burke on here. No, Burke doesn't have Facebook.
Nah, yeah, you don't have Facebook either. That's the only reason I can,
I can't believe. I think this is Doolittle's first Drezen Draws.
Yeah, he's lost his Drezen Draws for.
He's broken the seal. He's been christened. So yeah, being Tails sucks. Being Tails in Sonic 2 is one of the most humiliating, humbling experiences you can ever have.
Yeah.
And I did that. I played that. I was Tails. It's embarrassing.
Of course. My sister played Tails, and she's...
I'm just trying to think of how they could even make that interesting. So, because when you're Sonic, you run and then you lose Tails. Like, okay, so here's what I would have suggested: keep Tails in the screen at all times. So if Sonic is going so fast,
then that would be a bit of a Battletoads problem, because you remember in Battletoads.
Yeah, you could.
Battletoads, if you die and you haven't lost all your lives, if your co-player hasn't lost all their lives, then you're still screwed.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I played some battles. That was a 3-player game.
No, it was a 2-player game.
Zit, Pimple, and...
Rash, Zitz, and Pimple.
What's so funny? Who came up with that idea?
I have no idea, but they were trying to compete with
Ninja
Turtles.
Me, you, and Doolittle would have a good podcast. We would have a good podcast.
Yeah, I'm kind of that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
I know. Me and Rich had a podcast. I wish we still did that podcast.
Yeah, I know. I wonder why we didn't.
Because I moved.
Yeah, you moved.
I'm gonna go get another beer because I'm getting Burke drunk tonight.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you who don't know what Burke drunk is, you're about to find out.
So there is a.
You got to get Burke to call you. This is too good not to have him involved.
So
call Burke. Call Burke. I'm serious.
Should I FaceTime Burke?
Yeah, you should FaceTime Burke.
All right, I'm gonna FaceTime Burke. Let's see, FaceTime. I can't believe Doolittle joined in on Drezen Draw. That's unbelievable.
I can believe it. He's here.
Burke didn't answer.
Oh, well, make him answer. Keep calling.
So there's different levels of drunk. Just like there's a hierarchy to everything, really.
Oh, okay, like our epic fail list that we made.
Yes, there's a list.
Years back.
Doolittle just said he's way too NSFW for Drezen Draws. Of course, I'm too NSFW for Drezen Draws, and I'm mild compared to Doolittle. Is that Paul Blart? Where did Paul Blart come from? Who said Where did that come from, Zachary? Where did you get Paul Blart from? Anything that we were talking about?
Paul Blart,
the mall cop, Kevin James.
God.
No, we need to have a podcast. We need to have a podcast that's like we don't need to have a podcast, by the way.
No, we don't.
Podcasts we're at max limit for podcasts. Every time someone says we should start a podcast.
Yeah, everyone's got a podcast.
I want to die inside.
I'm sure even Gordon Ramsay has a podcast.
Everybody has a podcast. I think there was even an article or there's some stat on it that we are just so oversaturated with podcasts.
Yeah.
But me, you, and Doolittle would have a good podcast, I think. I don't know what we would talk about. Oh, he said I thought you said Paul Blart. No, we said Burke. I just think it's so funny that Paul Blart and Burke, that's kind of there is some connection there. Yeah, you can't even swear on Drezen Draws.
No, you can, but, we try to keep
Well, you have audiences that are... I mean, when is it appropriate to swear? I think kids start swearing when they're like 7.
I started swearing when I was 6.
Well, there you go. I was swearing when I was 7 or 8 for sure. Should we just uncensor? Should when... Oh, your mom just sent you a text message. I think she invited me over for dinner tomorrow. I wish I could go, but I won't be there. I'd like to see the Rents. I'd like to see the fam. Yeah, I'm a very close family member to... excuse me, I'm a very close... I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm very close with the Drezen family is where I'm going with this. I've been around for a while, His mom and dad are very good people. His mom's very lovely. His dad's very smart and very...
Smarter than me.
Yeah, your dad's very smart.
Yeah, like I said.
And he's a good guy. I don't know what the fuck happened. See, there you go.
Okay, we're gonna have to... Yeah. First time in Drezen Draws history. We're gonna have to, let's see. No, we can't do that.
Doodle just dropped a fire comment.
Oh no.
Fire comment. He's proposing some very edgy visual content. Baraka would not be happy with Scorpion creeping up on Melina like that.
No, I guess
not. Where were we going with this comment? You said you stopped me. I was starting to talk. We were talking about your family. Then you cut me off.
Because we have to put on an explicit language disclaimer.
Oh, because I keep swearing.
Yeah. All right.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
And now we can say whatever the hell we want.
Nobody cares. I won't talk like a sailor like I typically talk, but I might drop an F-bomb here or there. It's gonna happen.
Fuck, shit, dick. There we go.
Let's talk about Adam Sandler.
He's a zookeeper. Fuck you, asshole.
Do you know Scorpion's fatality move? Do you remember how to do it on the controller?
Oh, you keep pressing up and then you hit it.
Up.
Up.
I thought it was
block.
I thought it was you did the 360 with the directional pad.
No, you hold block and you keep pressing up.
You do hold block.
Yeah, we'll look it up. Anyone wants to look that up and put it in the chat, you might get a LuckyZilla digital comic as a reward. So
a modern day, reboots are definitely out of control these days. And people are starting to get sick of them.
People have been
sick of them, but really they're starting to get sick of them now because this year's box office, I was listening to a podcast today when I was driving down here that they were talking about how the rehashes have been doing way below expectations. Then you had an original movie, 2 original movies that did really well. So I think we might be seeing a change in. But anyway, I think Mortal Kombat would be a great reboot because what they could do effects-wise, visually, with these characters. I mean, obviously it all hinges on the writing, but I just think with the technology, you could really do some cool visuals with they could. I mean, they did that back in. When did the first movie come out? 95?
95, yeah. Same year.
I'm good with my dates with Mortal Kombat. I know.
Same year that I created LuckyZilla.
I know Mortal Kombat, but they had the whole Scorpion thing come out of his hand, like.
Yeah, like it was a snake or something. That's kind of what I'm going for in this one because I thought that was great. I thought the overall adaptation of the character was lousy, but that's just me.
Of Scorpion?
Yeah.
Are you a huge Scorpion fan?
I love Scorpion. He's my favorite.
So I got some dirt on Rich Drezen right now.
Oh boy.
I got some dirt. I could drop a bombshell on the Drezen Draws right now. Insider information.
You do, and I will stab you in the face.
I don't know if I should do that though.
No, I don't think you would because
I don't know.
I got plenty of dirt on you too, motherfucker.
It's true. I'm 2 beers in. I think if I do one more beer.
Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't.
You gotta give it up though right now. Doolittle is engaging in this discussion right now.
Doolittle, you better share the shit out of this video.
Douglas E. Pendleton.
Hey, Doug!
Finish him! How about how about when they started doing babalities and friendships?
Oh my god. Kano had an interesting friendship.
What was his friendship?
Bubblegum. He starts chewing the bubble, blows the bubble, throws it in your direction, and you get trapped in a bubble.
I just remember Johnny Cage. He used to write the autograph. He used to pull out his headshot and he'd write up an autograph.
Yeah.
And then throw it at the screen. I knew everything about Johnny Cage. What was Scorpions? I don't remember his.
You know what was great about the original Mortal Kombat is that they used a very primitive form of motion capture where they took like photos and I think video, and then they just extracted them and used them as sprites in the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And
that's true.
There was a Batman Forever video game which used much the same technique, and most of the fighting moves in that game was ripped from Mortal Kombat. It's like they ripped the code, they just changed the sprites.
Hold on, I gotta.
James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd, did an amazing review of the Batman Forever video game, which came out in
So
94.
Doolittle claims there is a Mortal Kombat reboot in the making, but they've always had there's always been rumors of that.
I don't care, quite honestly.
Let's see, Mortal Kombat 2021?
Who cares? Like, really?
Hold up, there is one coming out.
Yeah, that's great. That's great, of course.
Action, adventure, fantasy, sci-fi, thriller. Expected March 5th, 2021.
Yep, great. I cannot wait to miss it.
And there's this one dude, right, as a cast, this Asian guy, Sub-Zero.
Oh, that's fine. Well, they are ninjas, so...
Written by Greg Russo, who has no writing...
Oh, wait a minute.
He has no writing credits.
I wonder if he's related to the Russo brothers who did the Avengers movies. Maybe that's
That's a stretch.
Quite honestly, nepotism runs deep in Hollywood.
So all these people that are making this new Mortal Kombat movie have no film credits. It's all this is like a new...
Just like the dude who's...
new blood. I mean, that could be a good thing, though. It's not a bad thing.
No. You know about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie and how I feel about it, right? Yeah,
You're disgusted by it?
I am absolutely appalled. First of all, I love the design, but that's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that, from what I understand, they have this little thing going where Sonic supposedly gets faster as the movie goes on. They introduce this element of electricity, which I don't understand. They have the dude who played Cyclops in the X-Men movies as his friend in the movie. Like, they've never heard of Tails. Going back to, yeah, I know we just shat on Tails throughout this episode, but, Tails is as much a part of the Sonic universe as Sonic. It's like without Tails, there really isn't much of a Sonic. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik. Okay.
Looked good. It looked good. He looked good.
Okay, I can buy that, but the trailer was just appalling. What the hell?
My biggest beef with the trailer was the music selection they used.
Exactly.
So lame.
I love Coolio's Gangsters parody.
It was not fitting. They're both 90s. Okay, there you go.
They are both 90s, but for God's sakes, there is 1,000, maybe more tracks in the Sonic library. You couldn't pull one of those?
They could have definitely done Green Hill Zone.
Oh my God.
That would have been hot.
Green Hill Zone is all over the movie. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna, we'll give it a shot, but
I'm not giving it anything.
This is Rich Drezen, the biggest.
You're
the biggest Sonic the Hedgehog fan on the planet, and you're not gonna give this movie a chance?
No.
Wow. You really didn't like the trailer that much?
I was just appalled by it.
Damn, dude.
I don't want to see it.
So the new Mortal Kombat is going to be rated R.
Well, we can.
I find this very interesting. It's going to be rated R, and the guy who wrote it is a huge fanboy.
Yeah, well, that doesn't always work out well.
Yeah, I want to know what characters they're going to put in it. It doesn't give... Sub-Zero is going to be in it, so Sub-Zero is going to be the star. Which is funny, because you did a vote for Drezen Draws, and Sub-Zero got the least amount of votes, and he's the motherfucker that's going to be the star of the new Mortal Kombat. Sub-Zero is the star.
Oh, so I think this... Yeah. I wonder if it's going to be going along the lines of... What was that? There was a Sub-Zero themed Mortal Kombat game where he was the central
Yeah, I remember that. Remember
when
when they made him like in I think it was 4 or Trilogy where you could be 2 different Sub-Zeros? You could be the Sub-Zero without the mask and he had the scar on the eye.
Yeah, and the same. Yeah. That was Mortal Kombat 3 where that started.
So James Wan's producing it, and he's got this guy who's only directed commercials. I don't say only, and I'm not trying to discredit this guy. But he's never directed a movie, a feature film. He's a commercial director.
You know those guys, Tim and Eric, awesome show, great job.
Yeah.
They did. Now, first of all, that show is trash, but I give those guys a lot of credit for the Old Spice commercials they directed with Terry Crews. Those are fucking hysterical.
Oh, they did those? Those are funny.
They did those.
Those are very funny.
Those are some of the greatest commercials ever made. But my God.
So they're trying to go Deadpool, John Wick. They're trying to go that sort of style.
Oh God.
Which is those are 2 phenomenal.
That's good. But,
I love the John Wick franchise and I love Deadpool franchise.
That's fine, but
So it's going to be bloody.
Stuff gets played out a little too quickly, and then we have a whole bunch of imitators that come along. Usually, we all know this. It's happened. It's going to keep happening.
Well, star is Sub-Zero. I want to get to the bottom of this. So, new Mortal Kombat movie casts the Raid actor as Sub-Zero. The Raid. I never saw the Raid.
I love Raiden's gibberish when he does his attack.
They're not really... There's not a lot of information about this movie. You can't...
2021 it's supposed to come out?
Yeah.
Who knows? It might even be delayed. The Sonic movie, getting back to that train wreck. Because of the negative reaction to the trailer...
Liam Neeson is Raiden. That's funny.
Oh my God.
I support that. Cheers to Liam Neeson.
He's either gonna pull it off really well, or it's
he is that guy. He is terrible. He is the old, wise, counsel. I could see him being similar to his role in Batman Begins as Ra's al Ghul, where he brings in Bruce Wayne. He's more of this sort of mentor. That all day I could see. But I don't know. Wasn't Raiden supposed to be? Isn't he what is Raiden's ethnicity really?
That's a good question.
He wears that Chinese or that Asian.
I think it's a
hat. Vietnamese. Vietnamese.
I want to say he's Vietnamese, but when Christopher Lambert played him in the '90s, they didn't really go into that. And quite honestly, I'm trying to forget that movie because I just couldn't stand it. I thought it was way too watered down for what it was. I thought
Chinese. Douglas says that Raiden's Chinese, which that makes sense too.
And his name was originally spelled Rayden in the original game.
The Lord of Lightning, the Lord of Electricity.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna go. What direction you think they're gonna take? So it's gonna be. It's funny because they're definitely trying to have Sub-Zero be the Wolverine. So if in the perfect world, this Mortal Kombat movie would be a great franchise, and they would do a ton of films, right? And it would work out. It would be a trilogy at least, and it would be all successful. So they're gonna have Sub-Zero be like the Wolverine. He's gonna be like the flagship character.
Oh, like Scorpion isn't the Wolverine of the franchise? I mean, come on. You know,
Sub-Zero. That's the only person you know about this new movie.
bullshit. Bullshit. Get over here, Snake Bub. I rest my case.
Sub-Zero was really popular though.
Oh yeah, it was really popular. You can suck a dick.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion were both very popular.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like either of them because they're both popular, and I just
I also kind of like
obviously
Reptile.
have this. Reptile was pretty cool.
Reptile is.
I just always loved Johnny Cage because I've always been infatuated with that. You know,
You are Johnny Cage.
I wish he was like, you know.
Where do you get all these guys? As soon as I
funny.
heard his voice in that movie, I was just like, all right, I'm done.
Well, the Nut Punch was awesome.
Was that to Goro?
Yeah.
I think that was to Goro, yeah. Yeah, Goro looked great in that movie, but my God.
He did look good in that movie. You got to
He
give it
looked
up.
great, but he
Goro
went
was
down-
well done.
he
For
went-
95,
He went down way too easily. He went down like the Shredder did at the
well,
end.
here's
of
the
first
thing
Ninja
about
Turtle
Scorpion.
comic.
The reason why Scorpion was so popular is because his move was so easy to do. It's so fucking easy. Back, low punch.
Yeah.
Back, low punch. And you threw a harpoon, and then, like, you rendered the opponent, like, he was just, like, immovable.
Yeah.
Where he was an easy character to beat. And even his fatality was easy, as we previously discussed.
I love the fatality. I don't care what anyone says.
The losers would always be Scorpion. Oh, I'm going to be Scorpion. And they would just trip, and try to throw harpoons. That was you, Rich Drezen, right? You would just try to trip. I hated that, dude. When anybody would just keep tripping you in Mortal Kombat, it was so fucking annoying. I would go ballistic.
Well, you know what you could always do to solve that problem?
Like-
You didn't think of that until now?
What?
You could trip him in real life.
Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved. 27 years later.
Noob Saibot was a secret character. He was a secret character. What was it? 3? No, wait. Reptile was introduced in 2.
Well, he was kind of a secret character in 1, I think. I think he was, but
I think Scorpion.
But in the home video releases, in the Turtles Rectified, yeah.
Don't even turn this to a Turtles conversation. That's my favorite comic book of all time.
Yeah.
I have my coolest Turtles comic that I own is the Casey Jones introduction. Is when
Raphael number 1.
Raphael number 1.
Where did you get that?
I paid a pretty penny for that comic. I paid a lot of money for it. I still have it. I got it at one of your when I was helping you out with your.
You got that at Undiscovered Realm? Really?
I think it was Undiscovered Realm.
Oh, okay.
But I do
Here,
want.
I got something he doesn't have. That's.
My goal in life
It's not a
is
milestone comic, but it's a really.
to get
really
one of the original prints of the first Turtles.
Okay, you got to show this to the audience.
Ooh. Okay. What number is this? 10?
10. You know where the camera is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
TMNT number 10.
And that's from, I think, 1980.
Well, it's funny that we're getting on a Turtles conversation because Doolittle, who's been present in this chat, we have been. You know, I don't want to say developing. Yeah, we could say that. We've been developing a Casey Jones movie that I think we could kick ass at because, there's been some fanboy Casey Jones films, but
one we saw was really, really good. That Robbie Rist did the voice of Michelangelo.
That's the original Turtles.
No, I'm talking about the Casey Jones fan film that we saw.
Wait, he did the voice for Michelangelo in
Yeah,
that
you
film?
even pointed it out to me, dude.
I can't remember that. I do.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago.
I remember
but
the
still.
film. I remember the film, and it wasn't a bad movie. I'm not gonna knock it.
Oh yeah. For what it was, I
would love to do a Casey Jones, or turn it into a TV show, a series. Like, imagine
Netflix.
Imagine doing a Casey Jones Netflix series. Fine, Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, whatever. I don't care. It's a series, and each episode. I don't think they should be. 45 minutes, fine. But the first season's arc is it starts with introducing Casey Jones, and the season ends with him encountering Raphael.
Yeah.
And you don't really even get to see Raphael. Like, imagine this Casey Jones series with the Turtles being a peripheral aspect of it. They're not the main characters, and they're these weird, mysterious creatures that Casey Jones interacts. It's really the Casey Jones show.
Yeah.
That'd be hot. I'm not gonna get into that too deeply, but it would be great to do that. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Douglas is talking here. I want to catch up on these.
Yeah, Doug's a good guy.
I want to catch up on these comments. Nice. He has the first issue of them in color. Wait, Douglas, you have the first issue of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? The first issue? I mean,
don't
how many issues did they do of the black and white color? 200?
I think
220?
Oh, I don't even know.
I've read it.
The Mirage series, I think, lasted until 91, I want to say.
No, but you know how they did the first run of the original. I'm talking TMNT number 1.
TMNT number 1, the story with that is they made 3,000 copies.
3,000, that's right.
Of the first printing, and then it got to be so popular.
Out of their house in Massachusetts.
Yeah, with their tax returns. With their tax returns, they made that copy.
Yeah, and they did it out of their house in Massachusetts. I don't know whose house it was. I don't think they were living together, but it was either Eastman or Layard's house. Yeah. And they sold and they shipped them out of their house.
Yep.
That's insane.
That is insane. And those 3,000 copies that they sold, they ended up making like 6 printings of that number 1
issue.
Oh,
yeah. They did a ton of them.
Yeah. If you have a first printing, you might have some money on your hands.
I've been trying to get that first printing for about 10 years now.
It's
I can't find it. And I'm not buying it online. I'm not going to spend $3,000 to get it online. I want to see it and hold it in my hand and then buy it.
You're going to have to go to more comic book shows, dude.
Well, I'm on a couple email lists from people that I've met at your comic book conventions.
Yeah.
That still send me emails.
They're the ones that...
I'm still waiting for that TMNT one.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to see it. I don't see it every time. I always get the email, I open it up, and I'm like, okay, I don't give a shit about any of this other stuff. I just want TMNT 1.
It's a tough one to get. The Sonic not to go back to Sonic. The Sonic comics that were published by Archie, they're near impossible to get nowadays.
The Sonic ones?
Yeah, I was trying to get the first 80 because after book 80, the series really started taking a dive.
What is Grimjack? What is Grimjack? Grimjack issue, it was the first time in color. It was in color, nope, it was in Grimjack. I don't know what Grimjack is, Douglas. I don't even know what you're talking about. Grimjack, is that a comic book company? Is it a publisher? It's not a character or nothing. There's no Grimjack in Turtles. I don't know. Correct me, Douglas. It wasn't Grimjack, bad spelling.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the people that I've met while doing Drezen draws, like Doug and Nick Pizzega. You know, I mean, it's like you learn stuff from people that don't live.
Google, my friend.
Yeah, and you know, it's amazing what you learn when people are in a position to divulge knowledge. So thank you for that, guys. I just want you to know that it's very much appreciated. You know, but that's one of the reasons I keep doing this. You know, because I mean it gives us a lot of shit to talk about.
Grimjack is a character. It's a comic book. Okay. So what relevance does he have to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Sorry, that's what I thought you were going with. I thought you were saying because we were talking about Turtles, and then you said Grimjack,
and I'm gonna change the music because I'm fucking falling asleep to this shit.
Grimjack looks pretty cool. He looks like this pirate. He looks like he's got the. It looks like he's got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh my god.
He looks like Jack Sparrow with a dildo gun.
Oh dear.
And he's got like a fencing blade. Grimjack. You think Grimjack would be a good movie? John Glaw, alias Grimjack, was born in the Pit, a slum area of the pan-dimensional city of Cynosure, where both magic and technology, humans and aliens intermingle. His mother, yada yada yada.
I was born in the darkness.
You inherited it.
I wonder what will break first.
He had a death of his
Your
father.
back
That's
or
kind
your
of
body.
Batman-y. He's kind of got a Batman-y story. Alright, I'll look into this Grimjack a little bit more. That's interesting. I've never heard of him.
And I'm almost done inking Scorpion. I told you guys.
Pro story. To be conceived character, the star of a series of prose stories in a post-apocalyptic Chicago. First appearance, 1983. So, it's older than us.
Let me see something here. Okay, we got 24% battery. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna have to read it like that.
Cool. So Scorpion looks blue. He looks like Sub-Zero right now. Because you haven't colored him yet.
And I
But
lost
it
my
looks
pen.
good, Rich.
Yeah, it's
So you're starting to... It looks like you're starting to emulate the drawings rather than taking a drawing and putting your own style, like injecting your own style into it.
well, you know,
Because this doesn't look like a Rich Drezen drawing. You have a style. You have a particular...
I do, but you know, every now and again, I wanna go outside my comfort zone because I feel like it's really gonna help me, especially if I, you know, at a certain point, happen to attract the kind of freelance work that I want to get versus the freelance work that I actually get. Where it's like, you know, oh, can you send me a birthday card? No. Oh, can you do me a special drawing for my birthday? Commissions start at $50. You know,
Nice.
I mean, it's like if somebody approached me about doing a variant cover for their comic, depending on what it is, I would be interested in it.
Would you ever go to like a fair or a carnival and draw people?
Absolutely, I would.
You would.
Yeah,
Caricatures.
yeah, I would definitely do caricatures.
How much do you think those guys make at a good fair over like a span of... Well, some fairs last for 2
the
weeks.
thing. Here's the thing. My girlfriend and I were in Hershey Park
If you
last
were-
weekend, and there were booths set up there for caricatures and for portraits. And portraits, they charged $39 per person,
Yeah.
plus the frame and everything. Because I mean, you're gonna make money on the frame, not so much the drawing. So, you know, kid ended up making some good money. He's an art student. You know, otherwise,
So, no, but I'm honest. Like, what would you project that somebody that's working a fair, a state fair for 2 weeks, has a drawing setup station to do caricatures for $40 a pop? How much do you think he's making in that 2 weeks?
it all
Or
depends.
she. It could be.
It all depends, man. It all depends on what the actual demand is.
So if it was $40 and they did, I think doing 20 a day would be a lot. So 20, let's just say they're $40 they do.
I asked this kid. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want him to get in trouble. But he was mentioning that he did like
20 times
4
40
portraits
is
a day.
$800.
Four
Four.
portraits. 4. Yeah.
But how? Okay, so let's be clear here. How detailed are these portraits?
Oh, they're pretty detailed.
Okay, so there's detail. These aren't caricatures that you could bust out in a half hour, 20 minutes. How long does it take him to draw a portrait? Like a good one.
A really good one. Oh, he did me in about I want to say 15 minutes.
And it was really good.
Well, he had me sit for 15 minutes. He had my girlfriend sit for another 15 minutes.
All right, how much did
Then
you pay him?
We, oh God, I don't remember.
And this was Hershey Park?
This is in Hershey Park.
You don't remember how much you paid him for that portrait? Ballpark?
Including, I want to say it was close to $100.
$100.
That's
So-
before the frame.
All right, so
before
let's
the
just
frame.
say $150 for 4 times 150, 600. 600, and you multiply that by 7, which would be 42. So that's 4,000. Wait, really?
Kevin Losani, the accountant. Honorary Jew for the week.
Maybe you could make good money doing that. I want to go back to the characters.
And before you do, you brought up an amazing segue that I want to get into. I am now booking birthday parties and corporate events, so I can come to you and I can teach you and up to 12 of your friends or more for a reasonable fee how to draw your favorite characters. Or I can draw you, either or. You will get personalized sketchbooks catered to the event with a caricature on it. And for more information, you can message me or visit DrezenMedia.com. Also, I got a board game out, so check that out on LuckyZilla.com at long last. It's great for the kids, it's great for adults, it's great fun. So, yeah. Wait, why the hell did I cut to you? Long day. And this is...
So you haven't even drawn the first character yet.
I haven't even finished drawing the first character yet. Yeah. Somebody wake up Kelly Gordon.
I gotta pee.
Yeah, he's got to pee. So, I am far less entertaining than my best friend. I just want everyone to know. But that's another reason to have guest stars on here. Be a little bit more entertaining than I am. Some not. Don't try to prove me wrong. I really enjoy Scorpion.
Yeah, so I drove down here from Syracuse this morning, and I left Syracuse at about 9 o'clock, 9:30 maybe.
Hi, Steph.
And I made it so Syracuse to New York City is about 240 miles.
Syracuse, New York City?
Syracuse to New York City.
Oh, okay, I was going to say.
And
Syracuse, New York City, not exactly close.
then that took me 4 hours. And then from the Bronx to Long Island took me 2 hours. And we're talking, the distance is probably, okay, so how far do you think it is from my old apartment at the top of the Bronx to here? How many miles do you think it is? 40? 40 miles maybe?
11.
You suck. So it took me 2 hours to drive 40 miles, and it took me 4 hours to drive 240 miles. Traffic sucks.
Bless you.
How long do Drezen draws usually run for, or air for? How long?
Oh boy. The shortest live episode that I've done is 40 minutes. And I believe that is,
Because we've been going for an hour,
we've been going for an hour,
and I want to watch Pinocchio tonight.
Oh, we will.
We're going to watch Pinocchio tonight. classic Walt Disney cartoon.
And the last time you were over, what did we watch?
I know we watched that war movie, the Nazi war movie.
No, it was a Disney movie.
Let me think.
It came out in our lifetime, and it basically ushered in the...
Mermaid! Little Mermaid! We watched Little Mermaid. What?
Two grown men!
Yeah.
Two grown straight men watch The Little Mermaid.
It's a good movie.
It is.
Good
It's a
fucking
spectacular movie.
Good fucking
It's
movie.
a spectacular movie. I remember seeing that in theaters with my father.
Well, Rich, you bring out the inner Walt Disney, man. When I'm hanging out with you, I want to watch Disney movies because, first of all, Disney movies are great.
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
We've watched a lot of Disney movies. Do you know what movie we're going to watch next after Pinocchio? Fox and the Hound.
Oh, yeah.
That movie kicks ass.
Yeah.
It's a sad movie.
It is.
So there's a few scenes in movie history that I can pull that are some of the saddest scenes ever that have really break my heart. Like, really, I watch these scenes and I'm like, holy shit, this makes me sad. One of them's in The Land Before Time. The other one is in Fox and the Hound.
Oh, can you guess which scene in Land Before Time? I totally can.
You know a scene. Oh my god, it's brutal. When Littlefoot sees that shadow and thinks that he thinks the shadow is his mother.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when his mother dies.
Well,
spoiler.
Super sad. That's in the beginning. But then when they're going on this adventure to find the Great Valley, there's a scene where he sees a shadow that looks like a long neck, looks like a bronchius, so it looks like his mother. And he goes and finds out that it's just this rock formation, and it's so heartbreaking. It's sad as... Oh, it's so sad. And then The Fox and the Hound. So there's a scene in The Fox and the Hound where Todd gets dropped off in the woods by his... because he becomes an older fox, and he can't be domesticated because he's a fucking fox. You can't keep a fox in the house when it gets older. So and he was like causing trouble. So he takes Todd out and drops him in the woods, and she has to leave him in the woods. If you do not get sad at that scene, if you don't feel anything, then
you are not human.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not trying to hate, but then you might want to like seek psychiatric care. But anyway, why did we talk? Oh yeah, we're talking about Disney movies. We're gonna watch Pinocchio later. I'm gonna watch Pinocchio. Rich hasn't even drawn the first character. He's still got to draw Melina. I can't keep up this content, Rich. I can't keep talking.
Yeah, you can.
Almost done my second beer. So
there's plenty of beer there. Make good use of it.
I have a very low tolerance. I'm already a little drunk, and I've only drank 2 beers.
It's too drunk.
I'm too drunk. I was thinking about that the other day.
Oh, good. More elements of our past.
That's probably the most drunk you've ever been in your life, Rich, was that night.
Shouldn't I be working on a comic dress? Yeah. Selvin Hang. Hi there, Selvin. Hi, I'm here. Okay.
You could have the spear coming out of the hand.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to draw the spear in this episode. We'll see. We'll see how fast.
You could have it coming out of the hand, like ripping through the flesh.
Well, that's what happened in the movie, yeah.
Well, how do you think it happens? If you were to direct this Mortal Kombat visual, how would you do it? How would Scorpion release his spear? Would you have it come out of his skin? Would it be some like...
I would have it come out of his skin. Like,
because you know how the new Spider-Man, he doesn't actually shoot webs out of his skin. He has like a...
Well, that's how it was in the original comics.
How was it in the original comics?
He added web blasters.
He added web blasters.
He did.
So how they're doing it now is how it was originally intended.
Yeah.
The new Spider-Man movie is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, it's making a lot of money.
It's the new Spider-Man movie is everything. It's so relevant. It's so culturally relevant with themes of misinformation, of smoke screens. You don't know what's true anymore in today's society with all, like, we live in the information age. We have all this technology, but we have all of this deception.
Here we go again. Politics on Drezen Draws.
But the new Spider-Man movie captures this idea of misinformation and of deception and of smoke screens so well. So well, it blew me away. I don't want to spoil it, but I loved the movie. One of my favorite movies of the year. So my 3 favorite movies of this year that have really moved me, like, you know, when you go see a movie and you're touched and you're motivated and you're like, it literally changes you and it just pumps you up. 3 movies did that to me so far this year. One of them was Shazam. I loved Shazam. I thought Shazam was so funny. I thought it had heart. I thought it was, like, really compelling and could go on and on. I love Shazam. Spider-Man, Homecoming, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Those 3 movies, I'm like...
Kelly Gordon has joined. It's about time. Dude, I think you might get your all-nighter.
He's still on drawing number 1 right now, folks.
Yeah. I'm kicking myself now because I was like, dude, you want to do 1 tonight. You really only want to do 1.
You do only want to do 1.
Oh, you were asking me earlier, and I never finished your answering your question. The shortest episode of Drezen Draws, 40 minutes. The longest episode of Drezen Draws, 3 hours, 6 minutes.
Wow.
Episode number 50.
You did a 3-hour episode?
I did a 3-hour episode. It was number 50.
What? With the drawings just that detailed?
No. I did a lot in that episode. I did my own Legion of Doom. A Legion of Doom fantasy draft.
Legion of Doom was in DC?
Yes. It was in the Super Friends cartoon from the 70s.
What do you think of Jesse Eisenberg as...
Lex Luthor? I think Lex Luthor is the most overused villain in the DC universe. In the Superman universe.
I don't really get Lex Luthor.
I love Lex Luthor, but he is just so overplayed. Get some other Superman villains in there. Can't hurt. You know, I mean, it's like you can't make Superman more of a
the problem
joke.
with Superman is he's just indestructible. It sucks.
No, Superman is not indestructible.
Okay, kryptonite. Big fucking deal.
Okay.
It's hard to get kryptonite.
No. Forget the kryptonite. There are villains that can really mess with his head, that can drive him crazy, and there's also other types of kryptonite besides the green shit.
Yeah, there are. There's
and there's Bizarro with the blue kryptonite.
Yo, Bizarro is a cool character.
No. Dude,
he was mentally retarded, right?
Okay, we're not gonna go into that.
Wasn't he?
Bizarro was an imperfect duplicate. He was everything that Superman wasn't. I mean, it's like
didn't he have cognitive impairments?
No.
Okay.
Where did you get this?
I think
shit?
Doolittle told me that.
Doolittle is full of shit.
Doolittle told me that, man. He's right about everything.
No, that's because he does not like DC movies. I can side with him on the
Shazam was great. Shazam was
I'm
one
sure
of the best movies of the year.
I want to see it now. I'm convinced. And I
loved it.
What's his name? Zachary Levi, who plays
awesome.
Who plays Captain Marvel on that.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Well, that's what he was originally.
Oh, he was originally Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
I remember. I read that. You're right.
Yep. Fawcett Publications, which published the Captain Marvel, the original Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel. As
Captain Marvel is stupid in the latest Marvel movies. She's such a terrible character.
Well, you know, hey.
I actually didn't see her movie. I saw her in Avengers, and she was just...
It's just like, I'm here.
Captain Marvel, and then, sorry, I gotta do some intergalactic shit. I'll be back at the most perfect time when you're fighting.
That's the only thing I didn't
Thanos.
Really like about it. Yeah, exactly. Now, Thanos is definitely my favorite villain in the Marvel
He's
universe.
awesome.
Oh my god.
Well,
yeah.
He's compelling.
Yeah. And I mean, the Thanos memes are just priceless.
Thanos memes are great.
Oh, yeah. Especially the one with the Especially the one with the bagel. Did you see the one with the bagel? With the, like, young Gamora? She's like, what did you bring me? A bagel. What kind of a bagel? Everything. How fucking great is that? Oh my god. I mean, it's like we could just geek out about this shit all night. But I would get no work done. Right, Kelly? Come on, man. I know you're here. Say something.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'll send that to you if I can find it. Obviously not now. I'm busy.
Oh my god. That is a funny one. This is a funny ass meme right here.
Oh, you found it?
Was this the one you're talking about?
No.
But it's funny.
Oh my god.
It's very funny.
Yeah. But like the dude who's checking out another chick and the chick he's with is getting all disgusted. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of those memes because I'm not a fan of chauvinism, but that's just me.
It's funny. Oh, the Drake one? 5 guys, 2.5. Instead of controlling the environment for the benefit of the population, perhaps it's time to control the population to allow the survival of the environment. That's some radical shit, though. If you think about it, it's some radical left-wing shit right there.
Oh boy, here we go.
I mean, it's killing half the population to preserve the Earth? I mean, that's what AOC's practically, propositioning right now. She has the same ideas as Thanos. Perfectly balanced.
You heard it here, folks. And now for the weather. And now for the goddamn fucking weather.
Thanos did nothing wrong. He's being...
Fawcett got sued. Yes, they did.
I mean, there's a couple good Thanos memes. I thought there'd be more. I thought there'd be...
My stream is crapping in and out. Do you see any interruptions in the video?
No.
Oh, okay. Alright, so that this thing is kind of being dumb.
I want to watch Pinocchio. I'm too drunk!
Yeah, we'll get drunk and then watch Pinocchio.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah. Don't you judge me, man. You leave my SpaghettiOs alone. Unless, of course, you want to take one of those cans.
I don't think I've eaten SpaghettiOs since I was 12, but... So, Rich is still working on the first character. And I couldn't do this. You know, I watch these podcasts and listen to these podcasts. They're like 3 hours long. We've gone for an hour and 20 minutes. I'm feeling like we've exhausted our content. What else can we talk about? Doritos?
Doritos. Oh. I didn't finish those Doritos? Holy shit.
Doritos makes good Super Bowl commercials.
Mountain Dew, on the other hand, does not. I still have not forgiven those assholes for Puppy Monkey Baby.
I respect. I don't know, maybe he touched a couple children.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That's from South Park, people. Don't get too crazy. It's from a South Park episode from season 2 or 3. Okay.
If you do that again, I'm gonna come over there and punch you in the face. Punch you in the face.
Rich, we used to make edgy redlining content.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you gotta give it. Alright, we're getting a little wacky. Because that's, what happens when you're in the presence of Rich Drezen.
You're washed.
When you're in the presence of Rich Drezen, you get a little crazy.
not only that, you end up at McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the morning in Harlem, and you do things and say things, and then you wake up and you're like, wait, did we do that thing?
I used to have an apartment in West Harlem, and Rich Drezen used to come by and stay the night. We'd work on an animation, just hang out, and we used to go out. And sometimes we got drunk. Not a lot, though. Probably like 7 times.
Yes.
In a 4-year span.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to carry this guy home.
Yeah.
I had to carry Rich Drezen home. He had too many Doc's hard ciders.
Yeah, you got a video of me somewhere that will never see the light of day with me.
Rolling around on the ground in the subway. I had to get him off the floor.
Yeah.
Drag him up the stairs. But we always go to McDonald's, because when you're up late and you've been...
We have a rule that I finally established. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and we're not at McDonald's,
We're at McDonald's.
Now let's do it again in unison. Let's get that right.
Okay.
If it's 3 o'clock in the morning
and we're not at McDonald's,
we're at
McDonald's.
That was way off sync, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. I'll lead just by myself, and then we'll.
And then I'll finish it together.
If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and we're not at McDonald's,
We're at
McDonald's.
I thought we were gonna do the McDonald's.
No, we're gonna do that separately. God
Okay.
damn it.
All right, let's do it again.
If it's 3 o'clock in the morning and we're not at McDonald's,
We're at McDonald's.
McDonald's. How did that get started? Actually,
How did that get started?
I'm asking you. I have no idea. I think we were hanging around too many drunk homeless guys, and then I think one of them was just like McDonald's.
Yeah, I think that's it was. That's what it was.
Was it?
Yeah, we were sitting in the dining area, and this guy came in. I think he was just like McDonald's. I think that's what happened.
Maybe. Well, I know there was another guy at Dunkin' Donuts who was making fun of these people behind the counter.
Oh my god, that was one of the best moments ever.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get 2 vanilla frosted. That's right. Wrap that shit up. You put it in a bag.
This is America. You wrap that shit up. You put it in a bag." We're just sitting there in the morning. That was
and comedy gold is going.
that was yeah. You can't. That's the type of stuff that can't be written.
No. Yeah. Hey, I know I've been at this for a while, but none of you can deny how fucking awesome this Scorpion is coming out. Just throwing that out.
Take a look. Yeah, it's solid.
Yep.
Oh, it's almost done, huh?
Yeah. That's what I said, dickhead.
Oh, shit. Hurling insults. I cannot drink another beer. I just drank 2 of them and I feel buzzed.
Bullshit. Keep drinking. Be like Betty Ford. Keep drinking.
I'm too old to be drinking.
This motherfucker sitting next to me is exactly 3 days younger than me.
Yep, Rich is older than me.
How does that work? How does that work?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we're so close.
Yeah.
Literally 3 days apart. Born in the same state.
When in the same state, but miles away.
You believe in that astrology shit?
No.
Yeah, I don't know about it either, actually. I did. Part of me wants to believe it,
I think it's all.
but I think it's a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we are similar, though. We have similar personality traits.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of Aquarian friends, too, I think.
We drive cars.
I tend to get along with Aquarians. I don't know why. I don't think I want to go down this road of talking about astrology, but we were just talking about how we were born on the same day. What time of day were you born?
I was born at 6:14 p.m.
I was born at 9:30 a.m.
Early bird catches the worm. Or at least that's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
How many people here are morning people?
When is your girlfriend's birthday?
April 19th. My girlfriend is one of the most amazing people I know.
Is that an Aries?
Is it?
April 19th?
April 19th, yes.
Might be a Taurus.
My sister's a Taurus.
When's your sister's birthday?
May 19th.
Dude, I want to watch Pinocchio. It's gonna take you. It's gonna take you an hour and a half to draw Melina. Oh, Lord, help me.
I got a really great idea that I'd like to share with you. Suck my balls. Suck my balls. I'm giving you shelter for the night.
True. Drezen draws. Is a Thursday night thing. I just always happen to be here when you're doing Drezen draws. You know, it's not. It's sort of unplanned. It's just the way destiny calls it.
Yeah, man.
I happen
That's
to.
what it is.
I'm gonna wear the Burger King crown.
That's a good idea.
My head is huge though. Here's the Burger King crown.
Oh boy.
So, what in particular made this drawing of Scorpion so time-consuming?
Shading.
Shady?
Shading.
Are you drawing the harpoon?
Yeah.
Oh, you did draw the little slit in his hand.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're doing it like Mortal Kombat movie 1995. It's pretty sweet. Scorpion is yeah, I mean it makes sense that he has that harpoon that comes out of his skin. His name's Scorpion. It's like the tail of a real scorpion. You know I've eaten a real scorpion before?
You what?
I ate a scorpion.
Where, in Thailand?
Yeah. It was cooked, but I ate the thing and it was like the texture was it was hard to chew. It was like chewing on dried glue. It was like chewing on plastic. It didn't have much of a taste to it. It was pretty gross. Yeah, it was gross. I just did it to do it. And I was drinking that night, so
Of course you were.
I was like, I'm just gonna eat this.
You were definitely Burke drunk that night, I'm sure.
I wasn't Burke drunk that night.
Yeah, he was.
I was I was about regular drunk.
It was about regular Burke drunk.
But we were on the street, so there's this one street in Bangkok. There's a lot of streets in Bangkok, but there's this one particular street where
You get kicked in the balls.
it's a party 24/7. So you walk down the street, it's like Bourbon Street. And there's live music, there's a lot of people are drinking, whatever.
People are Burke drunk.
A lot of people are Burke drunk.
Yes.
And we were just sitting around listening to music. I was eating, and then this guy comes around with a platter. He's like, "You want one?" Look at the platter. Ton of dead scorpions. On like shish kebabs, on like little rods, right? All right, cool. I'll take a scorpion. You only live once. Took a scorpion off of it. Took a big bite into the claw. And it was just like
crunchy.
And I'm just like, ugh. Yeah, just chew. You have to chew it for like 10 minutes just to break it down, just so your saliva can break it down. But apparently insects got a lot of, well, is a scorpion an insect? No, probably not. It's like an insect. The texture is like an insect.
It's made of rubber. like Dumbo. Dumbo's made of rubber. Elephants ain't got no feelings. Yeah, they're made of rubber.
My balls is large. As you can tie it.
Wait, what? Don't tell me that's in the comments.
No.
I'm gonna go leave shit.
We have been going for an hour and a half. This is like the Joe Rogan podcast.
I know. We could have watched. We could have watched fucking Pinocchio.
We could have watched Pinocchio. By the time this is over, we could have watched Pinocchio twice.
Yeah. I'm challenging myself though, dude.
Finish this shit, will ya? So Pinocchio has a lot of... It's like the perfect story.
It kind of is.
It's like the perfect story pertaining to structure and metaphors.
Here he goes.
I was trying to talk about this earlier, but I need to watch it because I always listen to this philosopher talk about... He talks about Pinocchio and how it's a story of going into the belly of the beast, rescuing your father, and ultimately, it's like the perfect life story. It's a story we're all living, but just, insert different metaphors. You gotta confront your deepest, darkest fears going into that whale, into the belly of the whale. So you have something in your life right now that you're afraid of, something you need to conquer, something you need to confront, get the courage, go into the belly of that motherfucking whale, save your father. The father's also metaphorical. Come out and you can be a real boy. You can be real. Or you can be a fake ass puppet with a long nose.
Yeah.
You want to be real? You want to be fake. So.
Tell me the blue fairy wasn't your first crush.
No. That wasn't my... No, I was too young. When I saw Pinocchio, I was like 5. Pinocchio's old. It came out in 1933. 39.
40. Yeah,
When did Snow White come out? 37?
37.
Okay, so Snow White and then 4. Yeah, so Pinocchio, you're talking about a movie that is 80 years old almost.
Yeah.
And it's still relevant.
It's a great movie.
It's still relevant. It's structure and it's because there's this book called The Hero with 1,000 Faces, written by Joseph Campbell. It's the hero's journey. He pretty much breaks down the hero's journey. And we've been telling stories in pretty much the same format. There's a structure and there's a format to telling stories that is compelling. We need to watch Pinocchio, man.
Yeah, well, I got a Dramalina.
Is Scorpion done? Look at Scorpion.
Scorpion is done. Holy hell.
Not bad, Rich.
I know, right? I gotta sign this. Bitch. That is Scorpion. I think this is my new favorite drawing that I've done on Drezen Draws. I mean, I'm proud of this shit, man. I'm gonna go into work tomorrow, I'm gonna be showing this up, be like, hey man, I drew Scorpion.
Looks good, Rich.
Yeah, it does. All right. Now we're gonna start on Melina.
Melina, let's go.
Watch Pinocchio.
Melina had the size. Dude, is it gonna take you an hour and a half to draw Melina?
Maybe.
She had
I don't
size
think
like Raphael.
She did.
She had a cool move where she jumped up in the air and threw the size. And she had her fatalities. One of her fatalities was she'd take off her mask and she'd kiss you with her ugly face.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would like explode. Because she had like teeth, really sharp teeth. She looked like a skeleton. Burke.
Try FaceTiming Burke again. You gotta get him on Drezen Draws. Yeah, I know, I got a
You
lot
follow Kevin Smith Twitter?
Stop looking at my phone, dipshit. Yes, I do.
Do you know much about Kevin Smith? You know about his heart attack he had?
Yeah, I know about that. That was unfortunate. But he's recovering, thank God, and, he's gonna still keep making movies. What happened? Is DeWiddle still watching, I wonder? Well. FaceTime Burke.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't like the way that this is started. FaceTime Burke.
No, it's too late.
Bullshit.
I'm reading Conan O'Brien's Twitter.
I'm gonna start thinking that I should have drawn Melina earlier, but we can't rewind. Same VHS. But for those of you that contribute to my Patreon,
You have a Patreon?
I do. At the $50 a month level, you have the opportunity to, as long as you're committed for the year, get a very limited edition Drezen Draws VHS tape. You heard that correctly.
Drezen draws. He draws for you. He's doing a sketch of Melina right now.
You held a pair of size once.
I did.
Yeah. What are you giggling about?
I'm not giggling. I started reading Twitter, which was stupid.
Yeah, Twitter sucks.
Wow, she's super fat. We're almost done.
In the dope show.
The Dope Show.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Started reading the internet. Sorry, I just checked out for a minute. Okay. Anyway, back to reality. How the hell do I get back to Facebook? Warning, explicit language. So, how do I forgot I had the Burger King ad on. I can't read the comments because
I better get rid of the extra sigh and put in the fan. Now, you know what? Nah, the fan is going to be too much.
we're all stars now. Alright, I'm gonna get a drink. So, how's Melina coming along?
Oh, she's coming along.
Magenta. She's got a headband on and a mouth cover. This is starting to look more Rich Drezen style. Those eyes. Warning, explicit language. You haven't been swearing that much though. Katana. Was she in the first Mortal Kombat movie? She was definitely in the second one.
The final scene kind of looked like a 6th grade Play-Doh project.
She had the fans. But katana is also a name for a sword. And I just said sword.
A sword?
I pronounced the W.
A sword?
Sword. Sworda.
A shawarma?
Shawarma, chicken sworda. So what are you doing with your brushes? Are you changing brushes a lot?
Occasionally I change the thickness of the brush, but I'm always...
You're making the eye symmetrical too.
Yeah. But what I'm also doing is I'm changing the pressure of the brush that I'm using.
That Cintiq is pressure sensitive, obviously.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Cintiq is like the Cadillac of Cintiqs.
No, actually the 27-inch one that they came out with
Ladies and gentlemen,
years ago.
you gotta see this tablet that Rich Drezen is working off of right now. It's huge. How big is that screen?
It's 22 inches.
22-inch screen that he's drawing on.
Yeah, whack 'em.
It's got sharp resolution,
Yeah.
a lot of buttons. It's insane that these are the times we live in right now.
Oh, this is nothing. They've come out with a 34-inch model.
34 inches. That's what,
No, 32. I'm sorry.
Is that what people at Pixar are using?
Hey,
What are you doing with those buttons? Are you changing the brush stroke?
No, I'm undoing.
We're undoing strokes.
The pressure sensitivity is all done within the brush.
I see. I don't know anything about Melina's backstory.
Oh, look it up.
I'm gonna look it up though. And share it with people.
Yeah.
She's an occasional boss character. Dual side-wielding assassin. She acts as the evil twin and the magenta palette swap of Princess Katana in Mortal Kombat 2 in 1993. She has been promoted throughout the Mortal Kombat games as a semi-ironic sex symbol, especially since Mortal Kombat Deception, where she began a pattern of wearing more revealing outfits. So she was up. So Mortal Kombat 2 came out right away, 1993. That's when Melina was introduced. Created by John Tobias.
Tobias. Yeah.
Different fighting styles. A lot of cosplayers as Melina.
Oh yeah.
She's very popular in the cosplaying world.
Oh, definitely, by far.
She's hot.
A friend of mine, Mary Greco, also known as Rosemaiden Cosplay, is a terrific human being and cosplayer. Definitely hire her, seek her out for birthday parties, especially those of you with little girls who love mermaids. She'll be your birthday mermaid.
It's crazy. Melina has really soared to becoming one of the most popular characters in the whole franchise. I mean, clearly, she was voted in as the Drezen Draws candidate, most votes with Scorpion. I just would have liked to have seen another female in the voting to see how she would have fared. I think she got some extra votes for being the only woman.
Yeah, a little bit of a spoiler alert.
Melina had a secret companion, Baraka.
Yeah. Spoiler for next week's Drezen Draws, we're doing Tekken.
Tekken? Next week you're gonna do Tekken?
I'm gonna do Tekken.
Kung Lao.
Kung Lao, wasn't that? Oh no, I'm thinking of something else.
This is crazy. There's so many storylines in Mortal Kombat. It's just impossible to keep track of them all because they keep changing them.
Oh, of course.
Melina has definitely been in all the games. She's a frequent character. Original Mortal Kombat trilogy that brought some major changes to her character. Melina was created by Shang Tsung and the Flesh Blade introduced during the second tournament. Meant to be a loyal replacement for Katana, she is physically and mentally damaged. Her animalistic rage controlled by Shao Kahn as she uses her lascivious behavior to lure victims and then slaughter and devour them. She eats people.
Yeah.
Melina eats people.
That's why she wears a moon.
She's a cannibal.
Uh-oh.
Shao Kahn's true daughter. So Shao Kahn takes a mentorship role and really looks over her.
Nice.
Whoa! The game's Challenger Tower mode has Melina developed unrequited feelings for Scorpion, while Katana's uncanonical ending shows her being unusually sympathetic toward Melina. People like the Tekken idea. Robbie likes the Tekken idea.
Yeah, you know who Robbie is, right?
Was he Speed Racer?
Yes, he was.
Nice. Nice. That was a good costume.
Yeah, and I'm jealous of you, Robbie, because you are constantly at the Alamo Draft House, seeing all these quality films, and I'm like, I need an Alamo Draft
I need to go to Alamo Draft House again. That's a great theater.
Yeah.
Is there one in Long Island?
No, there isn't. There was one in Brooklyn where a
That's
high
right.
school friend of mine was a manager of. I don't think he still is, but he posted a lot of pictures of it, like when it opened, reopened.
I didn't play a lot of Tekken. I played at the arcade a little bit.
I have never played Tekken.
I never owned a game. I never owned a Tekken.
Right.
Have you done Street Fighter?
Yeah, I did a Street Fighter episode. Yeah. I did Chun-Li.
Ken Ryu.
No, I
Guile?
did Chun-Li, Guile, and Bison. I didn't finish Bison. I still have to finish Bison. He's the only character I've drawn on Drezen Draws that
Oh, my
I
phone died.
sketched but never completed.
Epic Kickboxer from Hell. I would look that up right now if my phone didn't lose battery. That sounds awesome. Yeah, Alamo's a cool place. There's one in, actually one where I used to live up in Yonkers on Central Ave. I've been to a few times. Went there with Max Miller for some movies.
What the hell's he up to these days, man? Holy shit.
He's in Scotland right now.
Oh, so is my sister. Hold on a sec, people. My co-host had to take care of something. He'll be back shortly. And I think I'm going to remove the disclaimer. Oh, we got some new comments. All good?
Yeah, glad you let me know. It's like, see, there's a problem with my truck. Well, always a problem with my truck, but the brake lights go on. There's like the switch. The switch that turns off the brake lights gets caught, like gets jammed, and my brake lights stay on, and then it like kills my battery.
Oh, yeah.
So Robbie says he goes to the one in Yonkers. That's the one he's always at. Yeah, I've been to that one too, Robbie. I've been to that one a few times. It's really nice. I've seen a lot of good movies there.
If you follow him on Instagram, you're going to see all the great stuff that he gets to see that we just don't have time for. And I wish we did, because, I mean, dude.
Well, they do a lot of specialty
Oh,
programming.
yeah.
Which is cool.
Well, that's why you go to Alamo.
That was one thing that was great about the Picture House. When I worked there, they had all those cool programs. Those classic movies, new movies, Q&As.
Saw E.T. and the original Ninja Turtles live-action movie
We saw that at
in 35 millimeter.
Picture House. Remember that? That was epic.
You're damn right it was.
I love that original Turtles movie.
It's so good. It's not perfect, but it is.
That's really solid.
It really is.
So much heart, so funny.
And very well acted.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'll check Robbie out on Instagram once I get my phone charged. Video vortex features, those are the best. Video vortex features, that sounds cool. It sounds like some retro, like 80s movies or something. I don't know. That's what comes to mind when I read that.
Yeah. Let's see. We are closing in on the 2-hour mark, making this one of the longer episodes of Drezen Draws. And then we're going to watch Pinocchio, and then I'm going to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we both are.
No, actually, I'm going to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get to work by 8. And I'm still doing this shit.
You're a man of dedication.
You're damn right.
He's dedicated to the craft, folks. Rich Drezen. Day in and day out.
Alright, I'm going to use this.
Would they really go that crazy with the Mortal Kombat movies? Would they really, like with this new one, I think they would really go off the wall where they had Marina eating people?
Honestly,
Like she just like kills somebody, then like just reveals her mask, reveals those really huge, long, sharp teeth, and just like just rips like somebody's face off.
why not?
That would be crazy. That would be gruesome. I mean, yeah, why not?
You know,
You have to have some balls to go there.
no, you don't. You know what you need? Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, well, of course. Tarantino was directing a Mortal Kombat movie. Would be awesome.
Yeah,
They gotta go there with Mortal Kombat. See, like, if you try to pull punches in Mortal Kombat and you try to go,
you're gonna fail
soft,
like the first one.
yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster.
I hated that movie.
I didn't hate the first one. I really
No,
didn't.
you didn't, but I did.
The second one is like
that
is a
first,
mockery.
That first movie gave me it was trying to give me cancer. I have a friend who did not like the first 3 X-Men movies. He said that they gave him cancer. I mean, I wouldn't go that far with them, except for the dude who played Cyclops, who's in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie that we will not speak of.
That is funny. Robbie just shouted out like Tarantino's supposed to be doing his last movie is supposed to be a Star Trek movie.
Oh God.
That's awesome. I
No.
can't imagine him doing a sci-fi film.
No, I would rather see him do a Godzilla film, because the way he described his Godzilla film was like, oh my God, that would be so great. But not gonna happen if he says his last movie is whatever.
Sci-fi is just such a crazy genre. It's just like especially for Tarantino. I mean, he does a lot of, most of his most recent movies have been historical pieces. Like he takes
Glorious
liberty.
Bastards.
Yeah, I mean, even Hateful Eight, even Django. It's like they take place in real Like, there's real history in those movies, but he takes liberties and just fictionalizes it, and you know, he rewrites history, which is cool.
DuckTales. Woo! There we go.
Rewrite history, DuckTales, Tarantino. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Can you imagine that shit? Quentin Tarantino directed the DuckTales movie. Oh, there we go. Oh man, a can of worms I'd be opening up. Where you suggested, what was it? Launchpad McQuack, played by Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
That is the equivalent of Jim Carrey playing Dr. Robot.
You get the fuck out of my house.
Wahlberg is Launchpad in a live-action DuckTales. Hey, they're doing live-action everything else. Why the hell not?
How about you get the hell out of my house?
You know who would have been a good Scrooge McDuck?
Your mother.
The late Robin Williams. No comment, Rich Drezen?
Let the man rest in peace.
I'm just saying, he would have been a good Scrooge McDuck.
He was Mrs. Doubtfire.
He was Popeye the Sailor Man, too.
Yes, he was.
He was Rich Drezen.
No. I think only Rich Drezen could play Rich Drezen.
I mean, Tarantino, he could direct anything at this point. He's never made a bad movie. I mean, he's 9 for 9. He's never made a bad movie.
I'm not a fan of Pulp Fiction.
Said no one ever.
I thought it was overrated. I love Reservoir Dogs. I love Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah, Inglourious Bastards was my favorite Tarantino movie until I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now that's my favorite Tarantino movie. I was listening to a podcast where they were ranking Tarantino films. I mean, if I had to do my Tarantino ranking from 9 to 1, what would be my number 9?
And we saw From Dusk Till Dawn recently, which was fun.
It's a Robert Rodriguez movie, but
Tarantino.
he wrote it.
Blow me.
Alright, so maybe Death Proof, number 9.
Oh, and before I forget, I want to give a shout out to my lone Patreon subscriber, Onjikun. Thank you for your support. The rest of you go on DrezenMedia.com and support me on Patreon if you like what you see here. You can also commission me and stuff, which is good, I guess. Gives me money.
Robbie, that was a funny comment. Nice one, Robbie. The Royale with cheese. Can you see the comments?
Yes, a little bit.
They should be playing it at Alamo. They're not playing it at Alamo right now. I mean, how many theaters? Alamo has a lot of theaters. They should definitely be playing that movie. Royale. You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in France? What would they call it? Royale with cheese. It's the metric system. I love that scene where they go into the apartment and the guy's in the bathroom with the gun. He comes out and shoots him and he misses him. Then they just blow him away. Yeah. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was remarkable. I mean, I had high expectations. I had all the expectations in the world for it, and it still blew me away. That's awesome. They're showing it on film, too. That's great. I mean, they weren't showing it at the film place I saw it. It just looks so good. I mean, there is something to film, man. It really is, like, amazing. Because so after I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood,
somebody make sure that Eric Grayson is up so that he can hear that.
Because I watched some other films and I was like, damn, I noticed the video now. It's like I've gotten so, I don't know, used to and conditioned to video that it's like, oh yeah, video's great, it looks good. And the video camera's like amazing, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it has some. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, it's my favorite one. I'd say favorite one is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Second favorite one is Inglourious Basterds. Pulp Fiction would be number 3.
Wow.
I love Pulp Fiction, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? That movie's for me. Kill Bill, number 4. 5. I really like Jackie Brown, too.
I love Jackie Brown.
I would say 5, 6 would be like Jackie Brown, Django. Then Hateful Eight would be 7. Reservoir Dogs would be 8. And then I would top it off with Death Proof. Death Proof is my least favorite Tarantino film, but it's still great. Every Tarantino film, like I said, he's never made a bad movie.
That's debatable, but okay.
Well, here's the thing, Robbie, about the Bruce Lee part and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I don't wanna spoil it. I'm gonna try to think about how I can describe this to you guys without spoiling it. So, Bruce Lee, Rich knows very damn well I'm a huge fan of Bruce Lee. I studied Wing Chun Kung Fu, which was the first style of martial arts Bruce Lee learned. I studied that for 6 years, so I was a huge fan of Bruce Lee. I got a Bruce Lee t-shirt, and I love him. I think he's so wise, and he's a cultural icon. But Bruce Lee was kind of an arrogant douche at times. He was. I mean, listen, nobody's perfect. And just because one movie in one piece of artwork, he's not portrayed as this perfect, divine, amazing human being. Everyone's getting their panties in a bundle. He wasn't a perfect man. Nobody's perfect. So yeah, Bruce Lee wasn't depicted as he's typically depicted in entertainment and in folklore. And of course, Tarantino obviously has great respect for Bruce Lee. If you look at Kill Bill, it's completely inspired by Bruce Lee films.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bruce Lee is just a little, you gotta watch it. I would go into more detail, but I just, I don't want to spoil anything. And I think I loved it, and I'm a huge fan of Bruce Lee, so I think people are just a little sensitive, and they're just like, oh wow, it's like, listen, he wasn't a perfect man, okay? Bruce Lee's not perfect. I think Bruce Lee would be the first person to admit he wasn't perfect, and he kind of had a arrogance about him, and that's what Tarantino depicts. And he has fun with it. He's joking with it, too. And he actually pays respect to him at the same time. So fuck that. I don't care what people... A lot of people are hating on that that aspect of the movie, but they're just too sensitive, I think. And they need to get this unrealistic idea.
Yeah. And on that note,
yeah,
we're gonna finish this.
Yeah.
Actually, we already did. So this concludes another exciting installment of Drezen Draws.
And let's not forget that this is a fiction piece. Bruce Lee's not trying to make a documentary and say this is all. He took liberties. He took liberties with these characters and, exaggerated certain things. Sure, Bruce Lee may have never have acted the way he did in that scene. But it's I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to get off this topic because I can't talk about it without being specific, and I want to you got to see it. All right, we done?
I think we're done. Yeah. I would like to thank my co-host, Kevin Losani, Emmy Award-winning documentarian. I would like to thank myself for being myself. I would like to thank, once again, Onjikun for his support, and, of course, I do birthday parties and corporate events. Message me for more details. LuckyZilla the game is out. Buy your copy on LuckyZilla.com. And, aside from that, we're all done. Next week, we're teching it easy.
Whoa! Good night, y'all.